Good morning, class 10. Today we will start a new chapter in Reader. Madam Rides the Bus. The chapter is very interesting. It is about a little girl. When you will read the chapter, you will enjoy reading it. It's a very interesting chapter. Okay, so now let us begin. Madam Rides the Bus. In this sensitive story, an 8-year-old girl's first bus journey into the world outside her village is also her induction into the mystery of life and death. Induction here means entrance. This bus journey is not only making this little girl acquainted with the world, but the girl is also learning the mystery of life and death. How she learns this mystery, what happens during the journey, let us read and find out. She sees the gap between our knowing that there is death and our understanding of it. So the writer says that she understands death, she understands the reality of death only when she sees it. She had heard about death, she knew about death earlier too, but she actually understands the deep meaning and she sees that dreadful sight. Then she understands death. How she has understood this concept of death, what did she see? We will have to read and find out. Let us start. There was a girl named Valia Mai. Valia Mai is the name of this little girl we are talking about in the story. There was a girl named Valia Mai who was called Vali for short. She was 8 years old. So now children, first of all, you should keep on underlining these important informations which are given about this girl. The name of the girl was Valia Mai. She was called Vali. Her name was shortened and she was called as Vali by everybody. She was 8 years old and very curious about things. So it was her nature that she was inquisitive. She was curious. She wanted to know things. Her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house, watching what was happening in the street outside. There were no playmates of her own age on her street, and this was about all she had to do. So there was nobody to accompany her, she was nobody to play with her, and her favorite pastime was to stand at her door of her house and look at the people walking in the street. She used to enjoy looking at people walking up and down the street, all those vehicles which were passing by, and this she used to do every day as a routine. But for Vali, standing at that front door was every bit as enjoyable as any of the elaborate games other children played. So she never missed that she has no friends to play with, she has no toys, she has nothing to do to pass her time. She never regretted. Why? Because this was her favorite pastime, watching at her door and looking at the street. She enjoyed this as much as children enjoy playing with their toys or with their friends. So in the same way, this girl always enjoyed standing at the front door and looking at the street. Watching the street gave her many new unusual experiences. Every day she looked at people going from the street passing by, and she used to see many other things also when she stood at the front door of her house. So every day she had new experiences when she stood there and looked at the street. The most fascinating thing of all was the bus that travelled between her village and the nearest town. This was the most fascinating thing, the most attractive thing for her, a bus which travelled between her village and the town, nearest town. It passed through her street each hour. Pay attention, all these lines are very important because every line has its own relevance. It passed through her street each hour. What passed? The bus. Once going to the town and once coming back. The sight of the bus, filled each time with a new set of passengers, was a source of unending joy for Vali. So this was a great center of attraction for Vali, watching the bus going to the town every day, every hour. That bus used to go to the nearest town, filled with new passengers each time, and again returning back after 1 hour. The same bus used to return back, and a new set of passengers could be seen by Vali sitting in the bus. So this was something very enjoyable. This sight was very enjoyable for her, and she experienced unending joy watching this bus every day. Day after day, she watched the bus, and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head and grew there. Now something was coming up in her intelligent mind. Some idea was coming up. Let us see what. She wanted to ride on that bus. Underline. This bright idea came one day in her mind that she should also ride on that bus, even if just once. So she did not want to ride on that bus every day. She would be happy and satisfied if only once she got an opportunity to ride on that bus. This wish became stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire. So this wish of just sitting in that bus once and having a ride, this wish within her became stronger and stronger, and it became an overwhelming desire. That means a desire which was becoming stronger each day, and she was so happy just with the thought that one day she also will sit in the bus and have a ride. Until it was an overwhelming desire, a strong desire. Vali would stare wistfully at the people. Wistfully means longingly. See, the meaning is also given, children. Longingly. That means with a desire to do the same thing as they were doing, the other passengers were doing. So what was the desire? She had a desire that like other passengers were sitting in the bus and going to the nearest town, a day will come when she will also have a ride. Vali would stare wistfully at the people who got on and off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. Their faces would kindle in her longings. See the meaning of kindle? Kindle here means set alight feelings. That means new feelings. Like a fire catches flame and fire burns brightly, in the same way, new feelings were cropping up in her mind, in her heart, and she had this desire of getting inside the bus like other passengers did every day, then going to the town, getting down the bus, coming off the bus, and again sitting in the bus for a return journey. Their faces would kindle in her longings, dreams and hopes. She had strong hope in her mind. She dreamt of sitting in the bus like other passengers did every day, going to the town and having a ride, then coming back. If one of her friends happened to ride the bus and tried to describe the sights of the town to her, Vali would be too jealous to listen and would shout in English, proud, proud. Neither she nor her friends really understood the meaning of the word, but they used it often as a slang expression of disapproval. So, Vali was a bit jealous when any one of her friend described their experience of having this this bus journey. If any one friend of Vali described ever, they described that they went to the town, how beautiful the town was, what did they see, how was the bus journey, etc., etc., then Vali would just say proud, proud. Neither Vali understood the meaning of this word proud nor her friends understood, but they just accepted this as a slang expression of disapproval. Slang expression means some words which you use among your friends or people who are very close to you. Over many days and months, Vali listened carefully to conversations between her neighbors and people who regularly used the bus. And she also asked a few discreet questions here and there. Discreet questions means some careful questions. She was a good observer. It shows that she was a good observer. She was a careful listener, and she used to listen to people talking among themselves, those people who used to travel by bus every day, and also she used to listen to the conversation between her neighbors, and different curious questions arose in her mind, and she also used to ask some questions, some careful questions, to clear all her doubts. Now you must have guessed by now why she was asking these curious questions, discreet questions, because she also had this plan of sitting in the bus one day and riding on this bus, traveling from her village to the nearest town and then coming back. So she used to ask some questions which cropped up in her mind, which came in her mind, so that before she could travel by bus, all her doubts should be cleared. This way, she picked up various small details about the bus journey. So just now I told you why was she asking such questions? Because she wanted to get all the details. How she will travel by bus, how much amount of money she will have to pay, where will the bus go, how will she return back, etc. All those questions which came in her mind, she cleared her doubts, so that before she could do that bus journey, the doubts should be cleared. This way she picked up various small details about the bus journey. The town was 6 miles from her village. The fare was 30 paise one way. Underline. The fare was 30 paise one way. That means going 30 paise, returning again 30 paise. The fare was 30 paise one way, which is almost nothing at all, she heard one well-dressed man say. But to Vali, who scarcely saw that much money for 1 month to the next, it seemed a fortune. For that man who told that 30 paise is just nothing, for that man it was really nothing, because he had that much of money. But for Vali, 30 paise was a big amount of money, which she had scarcely seen, she had hardly seen from 1 month till the next month. It shows that she was not financially very strong. The trip to the town took 45 minutes. Underline. The trip to the town took 45 minutes. On reaching town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. So she was inquiring everything, and she was also calculating the time, how much time it will take, when she will return by the same bus, then what will happen, how much money she will have to pay again. All details were being gathered by her. On reaching town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at 1:45 and be back home by about 2:45. On and on went her thoughts as she calculated and recalculated, planned and replanned. So now she was clearing all her doubts. She was gathering all details regarding her bus journey so that she can plan out when she can go, at what time she will go, which bus she is going to take, and when she is going to return back. Well, one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village and turning into the main highway when a small voice was heard shouting. Now read the story very carefully. The conversation is very hilarious, very interesting to read. So one day what happened, when the bus was just about to leave, a small voice could be heard shouting, "Stop the bus, stop the bus." And a tiny hand was raised commandingly. That means she was waving at the bus, "Stop the bus, stop the bus." And her hand was a tiny hand because she was just 8 years old. The bus slowed down to a crawl. That means it almost started crawling, like a baby crawls. Baby moves slowly, he crawls. Similarly, the bus also slowed down. And the conductor, sticking his head out of the door, said, "Hurry then, tell whoever it is to come quickly." Now the conductor did not realize, he did not know that the little child, this little girl is about to get into the bus. She is asking to stop the bus because she herself wants to climb the bus and come inside. The conductor believed that somebody is coming and the girl is asking the bus driver to stop the bus because somebody else must be coming. So he said that whosoever is going to come, ask him to come quickly. "It's me," shouted Wali. She told the conductor that nobody is coming behind me. I am the one who has to climb the bus. "It's me," shouted Wali. "I am the one who has to get on." By now, the bus had come to a stop, and the conductor said, "Oh, really? You don't say so." Now, the conductor was surprised to hear from this little girl that no elder person is going to come inside the bus. It is this little girl herself who is asking the bus driver to stop the bus because she wants to get in. And he, in surprise, he says, "Oh, really? You don't say so." He is not ready to believe that this girl wants to come in. She wants the bus to stop so that she can sit inside the bus. "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Wali, still standing outside the bus. "And here is my money." She showed him some coins. Okay, but first you must get on the bus," said the conductor. And he stretched out a hand to help her up. The conductor stretched out his hand so that this little girl Wali could take the help of the conductor's hand to come inside the bus. Never mind, she said. "I can get on by myself. You don't have to help me." Now look at the confidence, children. Look at the confidence this 8-year-old girl is having. She says to the conductor, "I don't need your help. I can come inside by myself." The conductor was a jolly sort, fond of joking. He was a jolly person. He was fond of joking. "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam," he said. "Here, have a seat right up there in front. Everybody move aside, please. Make way for madam. Now he is really in the mood to joke, and he is asking everybody to move aside, get aside, let this madam sit. It was the slack time of day. Slack time means when there was not much work. It was the slack time of day, and there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. That means it was not that time of the day when the bus was crowded with passengers. It was almost empty. Only 6 to 7 passengers were on the bus. They were all looking at Wali and laughing with the conductor. Wali was overcome with shyness. Avoiding everyone's eyes, she walked quickly to an empty seat and sat down. May we start now, madam? The conductor asked, smiling. Then he blew his whistle twice, and the bus moved forward with a roar. Now just keep on watching what is the conversation between Wali and the conductor. The conversation is very interesting to read. It was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white. That means it was shining. White color was shining because it was a newly painted bus. It was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. Inside, the overhead bars shone like silver. If you have ever traveled in the bus, children, you must have seen, or if you have traveled in the metro railway in Lucknow, then you must have seen that there are overhead bars, so that those people who are standing or they wish to stand, they can hold the bar so that they might not fall down. Inside, the overhead bars shone like silver. Directly in front of Wali, above the windshield, there was a beautiful clock. The seats were soft and luxurious. Wali devoured everything with her eyes. That means she was seeing everything around very eagerly. Her eyes were eager. There was eagerness in her eyes. And she was watching everything with great interest, and she was watching everything very carefully too. Why? Because it was for the first time that she had come out of her village, and it was the first time when she was traveling by bus. So this journey was a very exciting journey for her. Wali devoured everything with her eyes, but when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind that covered the lower part of her window. You must have seen in some buses, there are curtains on the windows also. So here also there was a canvas cloth which was obstructing her view when she wanted to look outside. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. Because she was a small girl, she was not able to look outside clearly. The canvas blind was obstructing her view. That is why she stood up on the seat to look outside clearly. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. On one side there was the canal, and beyond it, palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue sky. On the other side was a deep ditch, and then acres and acres of green fields, green, as far as the eye could see. So when Wali stood up on the seat in the bus, she was able to see everything clearly: green fields, blue sky, distant mountains, palm trees, and grasslands. Oh, it was all so wonderful. You can just imagine the sight. It must have been a wonderful scene. Suddenly, she was startled by a voice. She was startled means she was surprised by somebody talking to her. She heard some voice. "Listen, child," said the voice. "You shouldn't stand like that. Sit down." Sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. It was an elderly man. who had honestly been concerned for her, but she was annoyed by his attention. There was an elderly man who showed her concern for Vali. He was really concerned that if Vali would keep on standing like this in a moving bus, she might fall down. So he said that, child, you sit down, otherwise you will fall. But Vali was very annoyed. Although she sat down and she looked at that person who was talking to her, she was very annoyed. She did not like that this man was not letting her do what she wants to do. There is nobody here who is a child. Now look at the bold reply, children. Look at the bold reply Vali gives to that elderly man. She is annoyed at, as I just said, and she's saying, no, there's nobody here who is a child. Nobody is a child here. She said haughtily, proudly. That proud tone can be felt. If you are reading along with me, you can feel that proud tone. She said haughtily, there is nobody who is a child here. I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else. So what is the feeling within her? She feels that she has also paid the fare. She has paid the 30 paise which everybody has paid to travel by bus, and that is why she is not a child, she is a grown up person. The conductor chimed in. Chimed in means came inside with a whistle in his hand. Oh sir, but this is a very grown up madam. The conductor is saying to that elderly man that, sir, this is a grown up madam. He is talking about Vali. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone? The conductor is saying to that elderly man that this is a grown up madam. Otherwise, how can a child pay her own fare and go to the city all alone? Vali shot an angry glance at the conductor and said, I am not a madam. Please remember that. And you have not yet given me my ticket. Now she is talking in a stern tone to the conductor. She is angry because she understands that the conductor is making fun of her. And she is angry, and in that angry tone, she tells the conductor that I am not a madam. And by the way, you have not given me my ticket till now. I'll remember, the conductor said, mimicking her tone. Mimicking, that means copying her tone. Everyone laughed, and gradually Vali too joined in the laughter. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat? Now see how smartly this conductor is asking Vali to sit down. Earlier that elderly man had asked Vali to sit down, but she was very annoyed. But here the conductor very politely tells her that since you have paid the money for this seat, so you should sit down. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat? Because I want to, she answered, standing up again. Now see, she is not that kind of a girl who is going to obey whatever is told to her. She wants to stand and she will stand. So she tells the conductor, I will stand because I want to stand. And again she stands on the seat. I am sure you must be enjoying the story. I am enjoying to the fullest. Because I want to, she answered, standing up again. But if you stand on the seat, you will fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hit a bump. That's why we want you to sit down, child. Now again the conductor is requesting her to sit down, giving reasons that when the bus will take a sharp turn or hit something, or that means sudden brakes will be applied, then you might fall down. So it's better you should sit down, child. I am not a child, I tell you. Now again she is angry. She does not consider herself a child. Why? Because she is giving a reason that as other passengers have paid the fare, I have also paid the fare. I am not a child. I am a grown-up person. I am not a child, I tell you, she said irritably. I am 8 years old. Look at the self-confidence of this 8-year-old child. If you go by bus all alone, I think all children will not have the same confidence level. Even grown-ups might not have. But look at the way she is talking. She is traveling by bus all alone. It is the first journey in her life by bus. She has never been outside her house, and she is not scared at all. Look how confident she is, how bold she is, and she is telling the conductor once again, reminding him once again that I am not a child, I tell you. She is irritated now, and she says, I am 8 years old. Now children, next line onwards we will continue in our next English class. Thank you. Read the remaining chapter. I am sure you will enjoy reading it, and especially the ending of the chapter is very heart touching. So try to read the chapter once again, and we will finish it in the next English period. Thank you children.